Anyone know any good resource for trying to understand your DNA results? Finally, 23andMe done. Now trying to look deeper. There is Genetic Genie and a couple of other sites. What I'll do is I'll pin in the community pages. I'll do it tomorrow because I'm not going to have time after. I'm going to go to sleep after the live stream because I got one phone call I need to make, and then after that I'm going to go send a message. I'm not going to make a phone call, it'll be too late. Send a message, and then I'm going to hit the sack because I've got work tomorrow as well. But I will tomorrow, Alex, actually create on this actual thing. I'll pin it, so it'll be the primary comment, and I'll give you some links of places to go where you can upload the data, the zip file, and then basically get a readout of, like, detox things of different things like MTHFR, all the different pathways, the methylation pathways and stuff like that, and a couple of other resources where you can look up to check your different DNA. Like, there's a site that actually has all the genome, and then they have certain categories, so you can search under category like cardiovascular or certain diseases, and then they'll give you all the genes, and then you can check the genes. But remember, genes are not your destiny, because certain things and foods and lifestyle can actually silence those genes epigenetically. So just because you've got something, you can actually silence it or fix it. It's like I've got MTHFR, which is the primary one, 677, which basically means that I've got the alleles, 2 T's. So basically I'm homozygous. So basically I've got the worst sort of genetics. But I've done a video a couple of years back, one of my earlier ones, on methylation, and I discuss about riboflavin correcting that. So you eat enough meat or drink dairy, or consume dairy, which is high in riboflavin, vitamin B2, and basically Bob's your uncle. That fixes up that whole pathway, and it works. So you don't need to do any special supplementations and all this, like naturopaths give you basically a whole high dose of folic acid, and you end up with pernicious anemia because it actually you end up depleting your B12. So not a good thing. Just fix it by eating a steak a day or a bit of dairy, and it'll fix that problem immediately. So it's simple as that. Naturopaths make it far too complicated, as if humans evolved with all these problems. No, they didn't. They basically ate a species-appropriate diet, which turned off certain genes and upregulated others, and things worked properly until we hit the agricultural stage and we really stuffed it up for ourselves. So, so always be careful about how you read genetics. Genetics are not your destiny. Epigenetically, you can either turn off or turn on things. You can have neurological genes that are related with neurological diseases. But if you're getting a lot of phospholipids, in particular phosphatidylserine, phosphatidylcholine, you're eating species-appropriate foods, eggs are very high in these things, you will methylate properly those gene pathways, and epigenetically, you'll turn those genes off. And there's actually Ashkenazi Jews have got this really bad neurological disorder. High doses of phosphatidylserine completely turns off those genes completely. They've done it in Tel Aviv University. So, there are hacks. Or you can just basically eat a species-appropriate diet without consuming, a whole lot of supplements, and get the same sort of phospholipids and get the nutrients that basically epigenetically switch. But the supplement is quick, like bang, we turn them off, and then if you keep you eat the right sort of food, so you don't need the supplement, then you basically are fine. You won't get these neurological diseases. So they are not your destiny. Remember that, Alex. Very important. So, but I will put the stuff up